Dongal, greetings everyone. My name is Lesmay Dahaiko and I'll be discussing the config.php. So first po, we define for constant using define, which is dbhost is set localhost, db username is set root, which is the default name of MySQL, and dbpass is an empty string, which is there's no password set. dbname is school portal, which is the database name we want to connect, and we created a function called getConnection, and there's a if conditional statement here. So if the connection is error, the script stop running using die method, and if the connection is successful, the function simply returns the connect object. And that's all lang po sa config.php.
Bangal greetings. I am Richmond Diaz Copete and I will be present about this code. The PHP code establishes a student management system which enables users to perform all four CRUD operations: create, read, update, and delete for student database records. The system starts user session management through the session start function before it loads the config PHP file, which probably contains database connection information. The student record class is responsible for handling all student-related database actions. The constructor uses the getConnection method to establish a database connection. The addStudent method creates a new student record which includes first name, last name, section, and contact number through a secure prepared statement. The getAll method retrieves student records which user can search and filter by section. While the system also provides sorting operations, the system employs a whitelist method which permits only specific columns to access the database, thus blocking all other SQL injection routes. The update student method edits an existing student's details based on the ID. The delete student method removes a student record by ID. The system provides success or failure messages through each individual function. The code demonstrates an organized structure that maintains security while serving as an appropriate solution for a student information system. Thank you.
Tangal greetings everyone, my name is Justin Carmalawit. So I will discuss the request handler of our student PHP. This part of the code manages how the system receives and responds to users' action. First, we set the header JSON type format. This allows the backend to communicate clearly with the front end. We also create a new instance of a student record class to access our database functions. In the first code block, which is here, we handle the get request when the users want to see the student list. The system checks if they are logged in. If authorized, it calls the get of function and return to the data as JSON response. Next is save and updating. We have the save action. This part is important because it handles two things, adding and updating. If the student ID is greater than the 0, the system updates the existing record. If the ID is 0, it will create a new student entry instead. So finally is deletion, which is here. Deletion and conclusion. Finally, for the delete action code, identifies the specific student ID and calls the delete student function to remove it from the system. Is this structure is ensured that our data management is organized and secure.
Hi, Dangal. Greetings. My name is Marilyn Avea, and I'm going to explain the grades.php file for the finals project in 802. So first we have the session start, which resumes the session and access user authentication and role data. And next we have the require once config.php, which imports the database connection. And for the grade record class, we have the underscore construct, which establishes the database connection. Next we have the function get remarks, which is a static helper that converts the numeric grade into a text descriptor such as grade greater than or equal to 90 as outstanding and otherwise fail. So next we have the function add grade. So here prevents duplicates for the same student, subject, and quarter. And after checking for duplicates, it then saves the new grade record. So next we have the function get all. So this fetches records using a dynamic SQL, and it uses a left join to combine the grades table with the students table and enable filtering by section. So next we have the function get by student, which is a specialized query to return only the grades belonging to the student that is logged in. So next we have the function update grade. So this validates the grade and make sure that it won't create a duplicate. Then after that, it executes the update query. So next we have the delete or function delete grade, and this executes a delete query based on a specific record ID. And lastly, the clear all function, which wipes all data from the grades table. So next we have the request handlers, and for here we have the header, which ensures that the front end receives data in the JSON format. And also the action trim post action, which captures the requested task from the incoming post data. So next we have the logic dispatchers. So first we have the get all. So this calls get by student if the role is student and calls get all if the role is teacher. So we also have the save action. So this validates inputs such as yung grade that ranges from 0 to 100, then decides whether to run an update grade or add grade based on the existence of an ID. And lastly, for the delete and clear all actions, so this executes the corresponding database operations. For the delete, it deletes a grade record, and for the clear all, it clears all record in the grades table. And that's all for my grades.php explanation. Thank you.
Dongal greetings, my name is John Michael D. Fabiala and I will explain the attendance PHP. So its main job is to handle all attendance related to the operation like adding, viewing, updating, and deleting records. So at the very top, you see the session start and the config file being loaded. Then just below that is the class attendance record with the constructor that immediately connect the database. And this first function is the add attendance. Before saving anything, it checks if a record for that student on that date is already exists. If it does, it stop and return an error to avoid duplicate. Then if it's not, it's run the answer to save the new record. Then the next one is the get all. It retrieves record and supports searching, filtering, and sorting. Then you notice this allowed order array. It is the whitelist that only column allowed for sorting, which prevent SQL injection through that parameter. And then dynamically builds the word clause based on whatever filter we passed in. Then this one is the get by students, so much simpler. It's pitch the record on one specific student only. This is used when a student's log in, so they can only see their own attendance. Then next is this is the update attendance, same as the add function. It checks for duplicate first, but you notice the end ID is not equal part, which makes sure it ignores the current record being edited. Then this short one is the delete attendance. It takes an ID and removes the single record. And last is the clear all, which delete everything in the table at once and intended for admin use only.
Greetings everyone. My name is Jeremiah Disalba and I'll explain to you my part, which is this. So first, this check if the request method is post and there is an action sent. Then if not, the system will stop immediately. This makes sure that the only valid requests are processed. Then next, we set the response typed to JSON since all outputs will be returned in JSON format. Then after that, we check if the user is logged in by verifying the sessions. If there is no user ID, the system will return a message saying not logged in and stop. So basically, all actions require a valid session. Then we create an object called attendance records and get the actions from the request. Now, for the first action, which is get all, if the user is student, they can only see their own records. We get their name from the sessions and fetch their attendance. But if the user is a teacher, they can view all records and they can also use filters like search, section, status, and sorting. Then after that, we return the data in JSON form. For the next part, all remaining actions are restricted to teachers only. If the user is not a teacher, access will be denied. Then the next action is save. This is used to either add or update a record. Then before saving, the system check if the record fields like student name, date, and section are complete and also validates the status. Then we have the delete actions, which remove a single record using its ID. We also have clear all, which deletes all attendance records in the system. Then lastly, if the action is not recognized, the system returns an unknown action message. And that's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Dangal Greetings. My name is Jason Garino, and this is my part, which is the section record. So when the class is used, it automatically connects to the database through construct method, and the connection is shared across all its functions. So for the next is add section. The add section method save a new section to the database. So before saving, it checks if a section with the same name or name already exists. If a duplicate is found, the request is rejected. If not, the section is saved successfully. Then for the third part is get all method. Get all method fetches all section from the database sorted by grade and name, and it also support keyword searching. And for each section, it automatically counts how many students are currently enrolled. Then for the next part is the update section, which is update section method modifies an existing section, again checking for duplicate names before the saving. Then the delete section method removes a section but first unassigns all student connected to it. So no student is left referencing a section that no longer exists. Then for the last part is the get teacher method. Get teacher method is retrieve all user with a teacher role used for assigning a teacher to a section. Then all queries in this class use prepared statement, so which protect the system against SQL injection attacks. So that's it.
Hello, greetings everyone. My name is Brent Michael S. Ignacio, and this is the continuation of the section.php. And we have the request handler. This part is like the gatekeeper of our system. It checks if this is a post request and does it have an action, and if not, it just stop immediately using exit. And next, the header application JSON. This tells the system everything we send back will be in JSON format instead of plain text. Next, the session check. This part check if the user is logged in, and if there's no user ID in the session, it sends back not logged in, then stops the program. Next, the variables, the objective and action. Objective is it connects to our database functions like add, update, or delete. And the actions naman, this tells the system what the user wants to do, like command get, save, or delete. Then next, the action get all. This is used to fetch all sections. This also support a search. So if the user types something, it filters results. Next, the action get teachers. This returns a list of teachers, usually used for assigning teachers to sections. Then role check. From this point, only teachers are allowed, and if not, it returns access denied. And action save. This is one of the most important parts. It gets this data like section name, grade, room, teacher. Then it validates name must not be empty, or grade must be between 7 or 10. And next, the if ID is greater than 0, it update existing section, and if equals to 0, it creates a new section. Then next, the action delete. This deletes a section and get the ID section, check if it's valid, call delete function, also remove the student assigned to that section. Then lastly, the fallback. And if the action doesn't match anything, or if the system doesn't understand the request, it rejects everything.
Greetings everyone, I'm Kian Semata, and now we're gonna go about the reports.php. So the reports.php is the one who is responsible to generate all the reports of the students to filter out their remarks, and as well as their attendance. So we're gonna first start the session for in the configuration PHP. And here we have the remarks helper. This is the one who is responsible for the grade remarks of a student, whether they are outstanding, very good, good or pass. And for the grade students, it will fetch all the students and will return their ID, their name, and the details. For the query, it is ordered by the last name and first name. For the grade report is responsible per students and per subjects for computing all their quarter 1 to 4 grade subjects and total it for their average. So here for the attendance report is the one who will summarize all the attendance of the students and will count their presence and absences, and also the late ones that will have the attendance rate and will also be totaled for as a section. So here we get the section. It will return all the sections inside the localhost database. And here is our request handler that will accept the post request with an action field. So the action will get the sections, the grade report, and as well is the attendance report. So the last one is the fallback for the unknown or supported action.
So this one is clear PHP. So its only job is to wipe all the data from the database, and only teacher are allowed to do it. So up here we have the usual setup: session start, database connection, and now this is the main function, which is clear all. The first thing it does, it disable foreign key checks, basically, so it can delete from all for table the attendance, grade, student, and the section without the database complaining about relationship between them. Then once everything is cleared, it turns foreign key checks back on, and if any table fails to delete, it tells you exactly which ones failed. And down here is where if incoming requests are handled. Before anything run, it checks three things. It is a post request, it is the user login, and is their role is a teacher. If any of those fail, it just stop, and if everything is good, the action is clear all, and it calls the function and send back to the result as JSON. And that's all po.
Greetings everyone, my name is Leslie Dahag and I'll be discussing the users.php. So first po, session start to start a session, require once config.php to connect the database. And class user po, and also we have a constructor. And next po, we proceed po sa function called create user. So create user po, this function po is used to register a new user. It also checks po if the username is already exists, and if not po, the password will hash po to protect their privacy. And next po is get user. So this simply retrieves all the user with their details info with like ID, role, display name. And next po is update user, is used to edit an existing user po. And next po is delete. So this remove a user from the database, but with restriction, because a user po cannot delete their own account po, and the demo accounts has a is protected po by the system. And next po is login function. So dito po, login function handles authentication. It also checks if the username is already exists, and Here po, if the action is equal to login, so this is to start a session and store the user's detail. And next po is if the action is equal to logout, so this clears and destroy the session po of the user. And next po, session check. This verifies if the user is still logged in po. And get all po, this function po is also just returns all user. And save action po either creates a new user or updates an existing one. And lastly po is delete. So here po it removes user while following the safety rules po, like the restriction what I said nga po kanina. And that's all lang po sa user.php.
Hi, Down. Greetings. My name is Marilyn Avea, and I'm going to do the live demonstration for the actual working website for our E2 finals project. So this is our finals project, which is the school portal. So it is a system for managing student records, grades, attendance, and sections. So for our database, we have the database school portal with 5 main tables of users, students, sections, grades, and attendance. So for the sign-in page, we have 2 user roles, which is the teacher and student. So teacher also acts as the admin. So first, we are going to use the demo account number teacher1 to navigate this teacher portal. So this is the landing page of once the user had entered the teacher account. So we are first directed to the students page. And here in the side navigation bar, we can see 2 main navigation for records and system. Under records, we have the page for students, page for grades, page for attendance, and page for sections. And there's also a way for us to search and filter based on the grade level and as well as to filter based on grade level. While for the students' grades and attendance, we are able to search based on name and as well as filter based on ascending and descending order. So here under the system navigation, we have the report generator, the clear data, and the users or user management. But here we cannot delete the demo accounts since demo accounts is the only way for user to enter. And with this being deleted with the clear data, user cannot enter the school portal anymore. So that's why this cannot be deleted, but we can create a new user account, and the created ones are also allowed to be deleted, unlike the demo accounts. So let's say Maria Santos. Let's add her a new teacher and reload here in our users table. So now we have Maria Santos with the ID number 7. So next we are going to use this account of Maria Santos to navigate or try out all the system functions here in our website. So using the account of Maria Santos, with username teacher3 and default password. So now we can see the saved or pre-saved data in the database reflecting on Maria Santos account. So, but in order to create a new batch of data, we are going first to create a new section of Mabini with the grade level of 10, room 501, and of course assign it to Maria Santos, our newly added teacher. So now we have grade 10 Mabini but doesn't have any students enrolled here in this section for now. So for sections, now we can see the grade 10 Mabini with ID 4. So next we are going to log a new student for the grade 10 Mabini. We are going to log John Doe. Now we have John Doe assigned for grade 10 Mabini or enrolled for grade 10 Mabini. So for students, we have now John Doe saved in our database. Next, we are going to log the record for John Doe of mathematics. For quarter 1, let's give John Doe 75. For quarter 2, let's give John Doe 80. For quarter 3, let's give John Doe 85. And for quarter 3, let's give John Doe 90. And lastly, for quarter 4, let's give John Doe 95. So now we have John Doe and the recorded grades for the mathematics of quarter 1 to quarter 4. Let's also check here in the grades table. So John Doe is now recorded here in the grades table. And the subject and quarters 1 to 4. So next we're going to log John Doe's attendance for the past 3 days from April 22 to 24. So first for April 22, we're going to log John Doe as present. For April 23, we are going to log John Doe as late. And for April 24, we are going to log John Doe as present as well. So now we have here John Doe and his recorded attendance for the past 3 days. And we are also going to check the attendance in the database. So now we also see John Doe and his attendance for the past 3 days. So next we're going to generate the report for John Doe. First is the grade report of John Doe. So we have his section, the subject, and the overall average of John Doe, as well as the attendance. Oh, we are also able to print out the grade report. Next, for attendance, we have the past few days for John Doe. So his overall attendance rate is 66.7%. So now in the users, let's also create a student account for John Doe in order for us to see the reflection of his recorded data here in the website. John Doe. See. So now we are going to use the account of John Doe to access our student portal. So now we can see the reflection of John Doe's grades. So for the student portal, first we only have 2 pages, which is the grades and attendance, which is a reflection of the recorded data from the database. So we have the grades and the attendance. So let's try now deleting user accounts and checking it to our database. So using the account of Maria Santos, let's try to delete student. Let's try to delete myself here in the portal. So let's also check in the students. So now, right now, I am not in the list anymore. So for my grades, let's also try to delete the recorded grade for myself. So I am not, so I am deleted as well in the grades table. And for the attendance, let's try to delete my attendance as well. Recorded attendance and attendance table. So I am not in the attendance table anymore. So for section, let's try to delete the grade 9 Mabini sections. So the grade 9 Mabini is not here anymore. And let's try to clear all data that is saved in the database. So now we can see the school portal with only 8 remaining rows, which is for the users, because now we only the user accounts is remained here in the portal. So let's also try to delete Maria Santos's account. Oh, I cannot delete my own account. Let's try to delete it using another teacher's account. User. So it is now deleted, and Maria Santos is not in the database anymore. So I think that's all for the presentation of our finals project here in ETU2. Thank you for your time and thank you for bearing with us. I hope you understand our presentation. Thank you.